That night was not an ordinary night. The sky was filled with shining stars. They glowed softly, as if a magical world had awakened. At the center of that kingdom, there stood a palace bathed in light. Thousands of lamps made it look like the sky had descended to the earth. Inside the palace, every light shone like a dream. Golden chandeliers swayed gently, spreading their glow. The sky and the palace blended into one light. Were they stars or were they lights? No one could even tell. At that moment, soft music began to play. Violins, piano, every note made the night even more beautiful. In the grand ballroom, people danced joyfully. Elegant dresses flowed gently. Was it a dream or was it real? But everyone there was looking in one direction, waiting for someone. The palace doors were slightly open. The light coming through felt like it was hiding a secret. Time passed. The palace steps waited in silence, as if expecting someone to arrive. A candle flickered gently. In that silence, there was a tension. At that moment, in the distance, a girl stood in the darkness, watching the glowing palace. In her eyes, there was a dream. But behind that dream, there was also sadness. That night was about to change her life forever. She was just an ordinary girl, standing alone in an old kitchen. Her eyes were down, her heart even lower. Every morning, before the sun could rise, she would wake up, a small room, a little light coming through the window. That was the beginning of her day. While others were still asleep, she alone worked in silence. Darkness, light, that was her life. On a dusty floor, she swept slowly. Every movement spoke of her exhaustion. Her hands, tired hands, kept cleaning the dirt, but the dirt in her life, no one ever cleaned. In a corner, she sat, things scattered around her, just like her heart. She had a family, but no love. They laughed, they talked, but no one saw her. "You are useless." Those words, again and again, echoed in her ears. She stood near the window. Rain fell outside, and in her eyes, the same rain. In a dark corner, she sat alone, holding her knees close. In a world with no one, she was all alone. But she was not completely broken. A small hope began to shine in her eyes again. Outside, the night, the stars, she looked up. One day, someone should truly see her and understand who she really is. In her eyes, a dream was born. And that dream, one day, would change her life. That night, she sat alone near the window. Only the moonlight was speaking with her. The room was filled with silence. In her eyes, there was a dream, but it felt out of reach. Suddenly, a soft light began to form around her. That light was not ordinary. It was magic. She was afraid, but the light was calling her. "Believe," it whispered. She was confused. Is this real? In that moment, her life began to change. Her old dress, slowly faded away and transformed into a beautiful gown. The light turned her into a princess. On her feet, glass slippers appeared. She stood before the mirror. Is this really me? In her eyes, there was wonder. In her heart, there was joy. That night did not just change her life, it changed her destiny. She entered the palace. As the grand doors opened, the light itself welcomed her. The moment she walked in, everyone fell silent. Even the music paused for a second. Those who saw her froze in shock. Her face shone in the light. Her eyes felt like magic. In that crowd, there was one person who saw her differently. He was the prince. The moment he saw her, his world changed. His eyes couldn't leave her. The two of them looked at each other. That gaze was not an ordinary one. It was the language of hearts. He slowly walked toward her. The crowd made way on its own. He came close and gently asked, "Who are you?" She smiled, but didn't answer. He held her hand, and they began to dance. That dance was not a performance. It was a feeling. As they moved, the world around them faded. Only the light danced with them. In their eyes, there was a story, unspoken yet deeply felt. That moment, time itself stood still. It was not just a dance. It was the moment two hearts became one. That palace shined in light. She smiled. Her laughter echoed through the entire hall. She was lost in happiness. In that moment, she forgot everything. But that smile slowly began to fade. Her eyes remembered something.
Midnight.
That joy turned into worry. Suddenly, the clock chimed. Once, twice. That sound shook her heart. "Midnight," she whispered softly. Her eyes widened in fear. In that moment, she remembered the truth. She lowered her head.
Midnight.
"I have to go." But her feet wouldn't move. Inside her, a battle began. Should she stay or should she leave? In the middle of the ballroom, she stood still. The world around her slowly faded. Time itself felt like it had stopped. Only she stood there, facing the truth. Everyone looked at her in shock. Suddenly, her dress began to change, slowly. The shimmer faded away. The magic began to disappear. But her beauty did not change. She remained the same. But her face had changed. That happiness was gone. That smile fell into silence. Her eyes no longer shined like before. That light slowly faded away. In that moment, she realized this was not a fairy tale. This was reality.
Who are you?
The prince slowly asked, "Who are you?" She smiled through her tears. "I'm not the princess you thought I was."
I'm not a princess. I have to tell you the truth. I'm not a princess.
She turned, trying to walk away. At that moment, the prince held her hand. I didn't fall in love with a princess. I fell in love with you. She was shocked. But I'm just an ordinary girl, she said softly. The prince smiled. That's all that matters to me. You are real. In that moment,
I have to tell you, I'm just an ordinary girl, not someone special like you.
the magical light around her slowly began to glow again. But this time, it didn't change her. It revealed her true beauty. That night, she didn't disappear. She didn't run. She stood there as her true self, and the prince, holding her hand, stood beside her. Sometimes, to be loved, you don't need to change. You just need to be accepted for who you truly are.
My love, it's over now.
Yes, we are finally free.
Forever, my princess.
If you run, the problem won't disappear, it will chase you. If you run, your goal will be delayed. If you face it, it becomes your strength. Today, I didn't run. I faced my head on, and that's why I became truly strong. Face your fears and start your journey today. If you believe in this message, hit the comments. What fear are you going to face today? For more powerful stories like this, subscribe now and grow stronger with me.